Yeah, that thing, you know.
Oh,
That
okay.
thing. So you should be really careful, but welcome to Gina's
K-Ranking Show!
Yay! Did you enjoy our previous episode? Please. Yay! We loved it. We loved it.
It was so fun.
Yeah, I got this question just so many times, like, Gina, how can I learn Korean? How can I study Korean? And because I'm Korean, I honestly don't know. But we, as a Korean, we're studying another language, right?
English.
Yeah, English.
Never perfect.
And how about other languages?
I learned Japanese in high school and Chinese.
Me too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Chinese in college. Chinese in
Oh,
college.
what?
Yeah,
Chinese in
Wow.
college?
Yeah.
Oh, you're really smart.
Wow.
I mean, I knew you were smart, but
谢谢.
oh, she's good.
And you?
I studied Japanese in college, so that's my minor. Japanese is my minor, and when I was coming through school, I studied Spanish in high school,
I
Spanish
studied
and French.
Spanish too. Whoa.
What?
Wow.
How many languages did you
I
study?
mean, just a little bit.
Wow.
And then I'm studying Korean.
Woo.
Yeah, me just Korean, English, and just a little bit of Japanese,
That's
and
cool.
just a little bit of Chinese.
That's
and
cool.
Japanese?
Yeah.
Yeah, from high school.
Chinese too.
Chinese? No. I just tried
Oh,
some
Mm.
once, but
Chinese is so tough.
yeah, it's very tough.
Learning a new language is tough.
How?
谢谢。
How?
好，大家好。Okay, so I prepared 5 best ways to learn Korean. There's so many ways to learn Korean actually. So here, my
Thank you. I know my job.
number 5.
Learning the basics with online services.
I think before watching K-dramas and all the things, if you are really serious about learning Korean, then you should know about the sentence. I mean, how the sentence consists.
Words.
Yeah.
The
like,
structure.
Yeah, structure, right. Oh, thank you for
Yeah, connected.
Yeah, structure. Knowing the structure is really important. Like, not just Korean, right? Like Spanish or English or Chinese and Japanese. Yeah, knowing the structure is the basic. Yeah, how to write it and how to combine them.
Right.
I always tell my subscribers is I'm like, guys, you need to learn Korean. Like for the ones who like some of them were like, we're just gonna learn how to speak, and I'm like, look, your speaking will always be extremely low level because if you cannot learn how to read
Right.
and write, then that means that when you start to try and read more advanced stuff, like Korean is not past like that first little bottom introductory level, you're never gonna see it written with English characters.
Yeah,
You'll
right.
never. So you gotta learn how to read. It took me, I kid you not, no lie. I was 16. It took me 3 months
Oh,
to learn how to read Korean
not
in
bad.
high school.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And so,
Yay.
but I was in the, but I hung around a lot of Korean Americans in
Oh,
high
I
school. So I had a lot of pushing and a lot of practice. And so if I could do it when I was 16, then I know a lot of people out there can do it.
And online services like Talk to Me in Korean, do you know?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's very helpful.
They're
And
good.
they have their books, right? So you need a
You do. You need a book. So if you're a beginner, you definitely need to get a book. Right? You need something that is going to give you examples. You need something that you can actually see it and you can actually practice writing with it. It's important.
Right. And number 4.
Watching lots of Korean dramas, vlogs, documentaries,
Oh.
etc.
That's so helpful.
Yeah,
Mhm.
very.
I think it's also really helpful if you choose a drama and then choose like a specific episode and watch it over and over and over again until to the point you memorize all the sentences,
Wow.
all the lines, and then practice saying it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, pretend like you are one of those characters and then act it out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that helps your intonation and grammars. That'll expand your choice of words.
Yeah.
So great.
I mean, so if you really want to learn Korean, you should be interested in Korean culture, right? I think that's really important because honestly, I really wanted to learn Chinese for my business, but I was not that into Chinese dramas and you know TV shows, so it was really hard to practice Chinese. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, if you love the culture, that becomes a huge motivation to learn
Yeah.
more because you wanna really know what they are saying.
I feel like with Korean dramas as well, is like, I mean, there's different types of Korean dramas. Like me personally, like when I was younger, I used to watch more like makjangs. So just a lot of just the really dramatic dramas.
And
but-
you are brothers.
You have cancer.
and your mother's your sister. It's like, what? But now it's like, I mean, I really enjoy like the historical dramas as well. And I feel like those are a little bit more like culture heavy because, I mean, you go into it, I mean, not really knowing much. Like, I think I was watching, I didn't get far into it, but like Mr. Sunshine. And then like from watching that drama, then I kind of learned who was the last king of Korea around the time it happened, what happened, and although I mean it's a story based on fiction or like historical fiction, it's still like decently accurate in the facts of who was there, when happened, what happened, when it happened.
I have a question. Does it still help if they talk differently from modern era? Because they use different.
Oh man, like when they speak in like that old like, you talking about like when they speak in like old Korean?
Yeah.
Then
Historical dramas.
then then it's like, I guess the person just has to know, like for me personally, I understand that it's older, like older Korean. It's kind of like, I guess you watching like Macbeth or like Romeo and Juliet.
And they're like speaking in Shakespeare.
And then speaking like Shakespeare in English. And then like, you'll be like, where art thou going right now?
I don't understand that. Foreign language.
But I think it is useful though, because then you learn vocabulary that's like, it's not vocabulary that you would technically use these days, like all of it, but it's like vocabulary that if you were on the topic of like history and talking about it, that I feel that it's good stuff for you to learn. So yeah, I think dramas are really, really good to use.
Yeah.
Although it's fiction, you're still learning about the history a little bit. So it's helpful to getting to know the culture.
But sometimes like dramas are just dramas, you know? So some lines, they are not that natural to use in, you know, ordinary life. So I really recommend you guys to watch some vlogs of Korean YouTubers that they say it in Korean and they have English subtitles, some vloggers. So yeah, practice English like that.
I agree with you so much on that because imagine people using the same K-drama lines in real life. 내 안에 너 있다.
보고 있어도.
Please.
어디서 탄 냄새 안 나요? 내 마음이 타고 있어. No. No one uses those lines in real life. So yeah, vloggers.
Okay, number 3.
Making many Korean friends.
Oh, that's super important. People ask me, Gina, how did you learn English in South Korea? Well, I made some foreign friends here in South Korea.
We became friends with Mike.
Yeah, and there are some language exchange websites, right? So when I was in middle school, like 12, when I was 12, 13, I don't know. So I used that website and I made some foreign friends there and I practiced English. And the voice chat, and yeah, sometimes some weird things happen, you know? If you video chat, then you'll see some weird
like
people.
Creepy people?
Yeah, that thing, you know.
Oh,
That thing. So you should be really careful, but yeah, make lots of friends, and there are lots of language exchange groups here in South Korea too. How did you make Korean friends here?
Oh man, how did I make Korean friends? I think I became a part of a community. I think that was the biggest thing, was actually joining a community, because I know I get that question a lot on my channel, but then also like I see where other foreigners have been here and they were like, it's hard to make Korean friends, or like the Korean friends that they do make want to practice English. So then they never ever get a chance to really practice their Korean, because their other friend is always trying to speak Korean to them or English to them all the time. And so like, for example, I joined like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right? And so I knew obviously, like most Koreans are gonna know some English. Most are gonna know some English, but there might have been like 1 or 2 people who could actually speak it really well. Everybody else couldn't really speak it that well, and so it forced me to have to speak mostly Korean. And I personally, I enjoyed being in that environment because it's kind of like I wanted to be secluded to where I wouldn't rely on my English, and it forced me to like not just speak Korean, but then I think it also made me more friends with them because then that language barrier wasn't really as
that's
strong.
really nice.
I need to go to America to practice English.
Yeah.
There are so many clubs in Korea, not like dancing clubs, but
There's a lot of that too. There's a lot of that too.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
Join those,
Mhm.
make your friends circles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Forgot what I thought.
Yeah.
I'll shut up.
길어.
I'll shut up. Okay, I'm sorry.
Shout at me.
I'm sorry.
Number 3. Number 2.
Using apps such as Hello Talk.
My subscribers, they recommended me this app, Hello Talk, to practice English.
Wow, is it a sponsored video?
No.
No, just
I
that.
wish. Yeah, but no, it's not sponsored.
But
they're,
even though it's not sponsored, we are recommending it because it's good.
yeah, they said it's really good. So, have you ever used Hello Talk or some other apps?
I had an account in Hello Talk, but then there were people who recognized my face and then said, "Oh, I watch you," and then. Thank you so much, and then I got shy. And then, with Tinder too.
Tinder.
There were people who recognized me on Tinder.
Oh,
too.
me too.
Oh,
So many times.
Isn't it
And I
awkward?
see my so many friends.
Oh, your friends?
Yeah.
Friends in real life.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
For
it was
example-
super.
My YouTuber friends.
Oh, okay.
They're there too.
I mean, it was really awkward
You got it.
to get matched with them.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I don't swipe right, of course. Swipe left. Oh my god. Like that.
No.
Yeah. Anyways, Hello Talk and Hi Native. These apps are really great because the people like Koreans, they're gonna correct your sentence.
Right.
Yeah, and grammar and pronunciation and everything. So it's very.
And KakaoTalk open chat room too. If you are a fan of an idol group, and there are open
Really?
chat rooms that you can talk about them only.
Yeah,
And
right.
then you can just join and talk to them in Korean because you guys have the similar interests and they are talking
right.
Korean, so it's perfect.
Woo.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
KakaoTalk.
And number 1.
Korean language school.
Oh, language school, so important.
Yeah, I made a video about that, so it should be here right now. Yeah, and you were my cameraman, right?
I was your
Woo.
cameraman.
Yeah, so we made that video, and how was your experience again?
In Korean language school? Okay. So, if I had a chance to do it again, I would probably do it at a different school.
Really? Which school did you go? To our school?
Hmm?
Which school did you
I went to school in Suwon.
so far?
Yeah, I went to school in Suwon for language school. Okay, so I'll say the tough part about it, but then I'll also say the good part. The tough part about the language school was that it was a lot of like reading out of the book, repeating after the teacher, and like tons of tests, or like the test didn't match the teaching and whatever. So that was like the most negative part of it. The really positive part is that after I finished language school, my vocabulary grew immensely.
Oh.
Because I had to because Korean education is a lot of memorization, right?
Yeah, right.
And so
Right.
I had to
Right.
memorize a lot. But then I also knew I had to go and practice it to actually make it work. And so I walked away with a lot of grammar. I walked away with a lot of vocabulary as well. And now I can write in Korean. But before I could always write in Korean, but now I can actually write in Korean. If I need to write you a paper,
Right.
I can write you that as well.
Huh.
So it was really cool, and I would actually recommend the experience for anyone who's actually serious. If they're kind of I don't know, I wouldn't do it. It wouldn't be worth it. It'd be too painful. But for those who love pain and they also want to learn Korean, I would recommend to go to language
It's like
school.
taking it to the next level, right? When
Yeah.
you are interested in Korean culture, when you are a fan of K-pop idol group, you kind of really I want to know what they are saying. But when you challenge yourself by putting you in that situation, then oh my god, I have to learn. You are taking this more seriously, therefore you're challenging yourself.
Just come here.
Great.
Yeah, and just come here.
Yeah, come here. Hang out. Let's hang out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you think it's helpful, please give us thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It's Gina Kim and their channel.
Original Kid.
And
Michael.
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 yeah.
Coleman.
Okay, then please leave us comments what you think about this.
Because we love reading what you have to